I am Mishra. I hail from Prayag. Prayag is in UP. Right? And my formal education is I am formally educated in UP only, and I am M.Tech from IIT Kanpur. Now, I have been in this line since 1998. That means somewhere around experience I have of nearly 22 years. I have done some research work in this line, and I have 5 books. 5 books to my credit on these subjects, that is acupressure, acupuncture. Right? And my specialty is in 5-element theory. Specialty. Presently, I am at Mumbai. Further, and you can contact me on this number. This also has WhatsApp. Anything else, if you want, you can ask me. Now we have some new friends. Hello, good evening, Sujana. I'm happy to see you. I'm very happy to see you and Sirisha and Avimitra. It's great. Ashok ji, you are also here. Very good. So, any of you have ever trained somewhere in acupressure? How you came to know about it? Or this is for the first time you have heard this name? Those who are new, those who have heard this acupressure, acupuncture for the first time, and they are here for the first time. Introduction.
Sir, myself, Ravi Kumar.
Chandrapriya, and who else? Acha, Ravi Kumar. You have trained someplace?
No, sir, completely new.
You tell me who has trained. Only you just tell me if someone has trained somewhere earlier. Anita, you have learned from me only. Okay. So nobody. So you are all more or less fresh. Wonderful. Now, so we will.
Sir, I'm really sorry, sir. I had to bring medicine, sir. So I just told my husband to bring, sir. My
Okay.
son has cold, sir. I'm really sorry. I was on call, sir.
So what? Sorry for what? You are going out?
No, sir. I was on call, sir. He wanted
Okay.
medicine, sir. I
No
had
problem.
sent.
No problem.
Sorry, sir.
No problem. Don't worry. My class is free for all kinds of movement. Whenever you want, you can walk out. Whenever you want, you can walk in. No restrictions. It's only up to you. Whatever you deem fit, you do. Your conscious, because all of you are adults, and you all know what is what. So your priority, you know better. You know your priorities better than me. I know my priorities. Okay. You should know your priority. Okay. So we have all come here to learn something which is new, and those who are a little old, they have done my classes. For them, of course. For those who have come, let me tell you that this acupressure is a therapy. You all understand? A mode of treatment, treating people who are having illness, sickness, some kind of disorder, right? So it is a therapy. How does it work? We have to see. And can we also do something? That also we have to see. I can assure you, by the time we will finish, you will be good enough to treat all short-term diseases in your family and friends freely, without any fear, with lot of confidence. I expect all of you, right? And our style will be that you should keep on asking questions. What? Why? These two questions definitely. And how? What? Why? And how? There are 6 in fact, but 3 you must ask. What, why, and how? Don't leave me unless I have answered you. Okay, so it will be a class, will be interactive classes. It will not be the two-way traffic, huh? So all of you now ready. So now that we want to learn this therapy, so we should know what is a therapy. Therapy has 2 aims. Any therapy for that matter will have 2 aims, 2 goals. What are the goals? Number 1, that if someone has fallen ill, then the health and harmony should be reinstalled. That is the first goal of any therapy. The second goal of the therapy is that those who are healthy, they should not fall ill. So these 2 aims. So acupressure also has these 2 aims. Now acupressure, in fact, originally it evolved in many countries simultaneously. This method of treatment evolved in many countries simultaneously. But then the evolution of this, the development of this particular therapy, and putting it in a very scientific way, and the way in which everyone can learn and practice this, was done mostly by Chinese. And let me tell you that at present, the Chinese wisdom is becoming fast, very popular. Like we have Indian wisdom is what? Indian wisdom is known for yoga, Yoga Shastra. for spiritualism. We are known better for spiritualism and yoga. Similarly, Chinese are better known for acupuncture and also acupressure. What is the difference between acupuncture and acupressure? The word acu is common to both. In one we add pressure and in other we add puncture. Puncture means piercing a needle through the skin of the patient. If you use a needle to treat a person, that is called acupuncture. And if you are using a pressure with a little pointed object, same points on the body, then that is called acupressure. You can use for pressure, you can use many techniques are there. There can be pressure by counseling also. Counseling is also a kind of a pressure. Now, circumstances also pressurize people. So under pressure you can fall ill, and under pressure you can get well. So the pressure from outside can also make you healthy and can also make you sick. Similarly, the pressure from inside, that is the pressure that you generate by virtue of your intelligence, mind, food, air, habits, lifestyle, that can make you healthy and that can also make you unhealthy. Right? So we are going to learn that if someone has gone sick, someone has fallen ill, how can we correct that illness? And how can we reestablish, reinstall health and harmony? So before we understand, you see, there are, how do we do it? In general medicinal terms, what we do, we go to a doctor, doctor prescribes some medicines, we take some medicines, or we go to some Ayurveda Acharya, he also gives some potions, some medicine, he recommends some food, right? Or someone may recommend you some yogasans, some pranayam, something, so that you become healthy. In acupressure, acupuncture, before I tell you what we do, and before I tell you how this works, we will have to know that acupressure, acupuncture works for it, but before that we should know what is a disease. What is a disease? What is a disease? Who can tell me? When do we say that we have fallen sick? When do we say that we have a disease? When do we say we are ill? When do we say so? We say so. Yes, who can tell?
Any
Someone?
abnormalities from the normal function of a particular organ, if it is misbehaving or malfunctioning, that's called disease.
Well, you have said all right.
When we are not able to perform our regular works, that itself is also, whatever is opposite to the ease, everything is considered disease.
Very good. Both of you are good. Both of you are good.
Thank you, sir.
And very intelligent. You see, disorder, disease means if our body or my mind does not function as I want it to function, I expect it to function. Normal, otherwise for you something, for you maybe only 100 gram of food is normal. For me, it may be 500 gram of food is normal. So normal will not decide. What will decide? The function that your body and mind, only two things, body and mind, is not able to perform as you expect it to perform. You want to sit here, concentrate on my words and listen to it. And if you are not able to either sit or not able to concentrate or not able to listen or not able to understand, then you are sick. Right? Got it? Both of you are correct, but a little twist in the words. And this is how we will learn. Okay. So now before we, so this therapy works on energetics. This therapy works on energetics. So we will try to analyze. So we have defined disease means that our body and mind, either full body and full mind, or a part of body or part of mind does not function as we expect it to function. For functioning of any part or any organ of our mind and our body, what do we require? For function of any kind of thing, what do we require? We require energy. What kind of energy is making our body and mind run properly and work? What is that? That is vital energy, life force, or in India we know it as prana. We know it as prana. The same prana. So we must know what is this prana, where it is available in our body, how it is made available in the body, how it is made available to every part, every tissue, every cell, every organ, every system of the body and mind. If we know it and we simultaneously know if there is anything wrong, some anomaly in availability or distribution of prana, which is making our either body or mind sick, can we alter it? Can we regulate it? If we can regulate it by means of pressure or by means of puncture or by any other means, that is coming under the purview of this therapy which we are going to learn. Right? So we will have to learn what is prana. Abhimitra, what is prana? Just unmute yourself and tell.
That's the energy that is flowing inside our body and is present everywhere.
That is what?
It is present everywhere. Prana.
It is present everywhere. Yes.
And it
Very
is
good.
flowing. It is flowing inside our body.
Inside our body only.
No, it is flowing inside our body. Outside also it is flowing.
Yes. All pervading, you mean to say.
Yes.
You mean to say this is Paramatma, omnipresent? Yes, Ravi Kumar.
I think as per Sanskrit definition, pra means constant, na means which is moving. Something which is constantly moving is called prana.
Na means what?
Ana,
Ana means?
moving.
Pra means forward. Pra means forward, going ahead. Yes, you are right. Prana means something, some movement, vibrations. Let me tell you, prana is the basic fabric of this creation. Prana is the basic fabric of this creation. The modern science has proved that anything and everything that is solids, liquids, gases, and beyond, all of them is what? Is energy. Is energy. Whether it is steel, wood, body, plants, minerals, anything and everything is what? Energy. Right? Now, the word energy in English is not real translation of prana. there is a difference between the term energy and prana. Prana is something which keeps moving, changing on its own without any stimulus. Whereas energy, for its movement, for its action, it requires outside stimulus. So with that prana, our mind and body is functioning. Our body and mind is functioning. The question is, that if prana is not there, means that prana which makes our, so prana has a status in our body and mind. It has a status, a different status in body and mind. The prana is also in the body and it is also in the mind. Mind is also made of prana, body is also made of prana, but the status is different. In mind, prana has more freedom to move. It moves faster, longer, more than it moves in body. Right? So whatever the functional energy is drawn from prana. So anything which has this prana, that is the functional form of energy, that is what we will mean whenever we say prana for our body and mind, and for this therapy, we will mean what mode? The functional mode of prana. Right? If the body is nisprana, if there is no prana, the body is not expected to function. If there is no prana in the mind is not expected to function. If there is no prana in kidney, prana-heen kidneys will not function. Prana-heen eyes will not be able to see. Right? So this functional form of energy, functional form of prana must be made available to every part of the body and every part of the mind in right quantity and quality. So remember the two things that I have said. The two things that I have said is prana. Now prana in Chinese, this is known as chi. In different countries, it has been named differently. In Japan, it has been known as ki. In modern science, they call it vital force or life force or whatever. It's the same thing. Now, prana or chi must be made available to in which mode? In the functional mode, functional chi. That will come out of what? Out of the source prana only. Which source? That we will see. That we will see. So remember this prana, how this prana is made. So most important thing of this prana is that it moves. What is the indication? Chi, and we write here in Chinese, we write it as qui. We write as qui and we pronounce it chi. We write as qui, we pronounce it chi. Remember, it's same thing as prana that we call in India. So the functional chi must be made available to every part and every body. Now this chi should be made available in right quantity and
Desired quality.
right quantity and quality. So whatever is the source of this prana, any idea where do we get this prana from? We get something which is known as life essence. From mother. What we get? We get life essence from mother. This life essence is transformed automatically in the human body into functional chi. This life is functional chi is made from what? The functional chi is made from essence. Functional chi is generated. Where it is generated? It is generated in the human body. Now this functional chi must be made to every part of body and mind in right quantities, of right quality, in right time. What do we mean in right time? Suppose I want to sleep. If I want to sleep at 10 o'clock in the evening or night, and at that particular time, my head and my body should get the right quantity and right quality of prana in the form of functional chi, which will make us sleep. Right? And a different kind of chi, different quality of chi is required for you being seated in this class and listening to me and understanding what I am talking about. Right? The chi which will make you sleep, the same variety of chi will not make you understand this lecture. So different kind of a chi is available at the moment in your mind. And when you go to sleep, it's a different kind of a chi which should be made available so that you can sleep like. If you have insomnia, what does it mean? That the right quality of chi is not available to the mind and to the body. Therefore, you are having insomnia and you are not able to sleep. So many people have today this problem of insomnia. What does it mean? That the right quantity and right quality of chi, the functional chi, is not made available to the body and mind in right time. Right? Sometimes what happens? You go to sleep at 2 a.m., 2 in the morning. What has happened? You have missed. It has not been made available in time. When you wanted it, it was not made available. That is also sickness. So the three things which are important are, what are important? These are important things. Okay? Right? So we will have to understand, if we want to treat by regulating this functional chi, the chi, what are this therapy is? The therapy which treats people or prevents diseases by regulating the availability and distribution of chi. So what is acupressure, acupuncture? Acupressure, acupuncture is a therapy. And how does it work? It works by regulating the generation and distribution of chi. So acupressure, acupuncture is a therapy that works by this is the definition of acupressure, acupuncture. And how do we regulate this chi? This chi so we will have to understand what is chi. Of course, we will understand. We will examine what is chi and how it is made and where it is made and what do we mean by quantity, what do we mean by quality. And every person, every human being is making its own chi, the chi that we require. Right? My chi and your chi are different, isn't it? Different in quality and in quantity also. Because I have my requirements which are different than your requirements and than the requirement of someone else. A person working in the field, a person working in the factory, a person who is in the shop, the person who is writing books, the person who is flying an aeroplane, all of us have different kinds of requirements. Different kind of chi is required for all of us, isn't it? Not only that, in which environment, in which conditions we live, accordingly also there will be different kinds of requirements and needs of different kinds of chi. And all this chi, for you it is developed in your body, it is made available in your body, and for me it is made available in my body. So that we have to understand. If we know that technology, if we know that mechanism, and if we know how we can regulate and alter, how can we change the quality, how can we regulate the quantity, and how can we reach this particular chi to eye, to kidney, to heart, to lungs, to legs, to or any part or any mind, if we know that, then we can definitely treat, isn't it? So this is what we are going to learn, how to manipulate, how to regulate this functional chi. What is it? It is prana, a form of prana in a mode. This prana which is with us has some minimum, lowest and the uppermost levels. But chi is not limited with that. What I said, that the basic fabric of this creation is prana. Basic fabric of this creation. Creation includes the minerals to the unseen universe, the void, and everything, whatever you have heard, the Swarga, Nark, Golok, Brahaspati Lok, Satyalok, all that, everything is made of what? Prana and prana alone. Right? And as it changes from one level to other level, so at one end of the spectrum of this particular variety of chi is mineral, which appears to be simply not having any chi. There is no movement, more or less no movement, right? And in the higher realms, in the upper realms, some other place, The movement is such that it seems to be all pervading. It's a huge range of chi is available, and the permutation of and combination of different wavelengths, I should say, of chi, that generates different kinds of things which are seen: stars, planets, galaxies, human beings, animals, trees. Even a stone is made of prana, but it seems to be not moving at all. So that is one end of chi. Right? But what we require for this human being, that is our concern, and that if we can regulate, then we can ensure health and harmony for the human being. Right? Where all this comes from? Where all this comes from? So Chinese saw many things, right? They identified that the most essential and the biggest and largest source of this functional chi that we receive on this planet Earth is from sun, Surya. But we will not go to understand that way. We will try to learn the Chinese wisdom from the lens of Indian wisdom. We being Indians, we should try to do that. So Sirisha, you should take the screenshots and try to make a group and where you can put all these screenshots. Huh?
Sir.
You can take the screenshot and put it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I shall remove it if you have taken.
Done, sir.
Screenshot you should take.
I've taken, sir.
Now, let me tell you, there is something known as absolute. There is something known as absolute.
Sir, can I interrupt you?
Yes, who is this?
Ashok, sir.
Yes, Ashok ji.
Sir, can you stop this board, sir? I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your this thing. Listen, everybody, you are so lucky to attend sir's session. We have attended so many workshops, they don't allow to write notes. They don't allow you to record. He says record, take picture, share with students. Please, I'm telling you, say thanks to God after finishing the session, okay? We are lucky. I've been waiting. Finally, I created time myself. Not just sitting, I'm writing everything. Watch here. I'm writing whatever sir is telling. You are all lucky, sir. We are lucky to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I am here to share only. Whatever little I know, I want to share it.
Sir, don't insult, sir. 22 years after 22 years, if you say if you know little, what is our condition, sir? You have to go to Hussain Sagar, sir, then.
In your field, you are the master. In this field, maybe I know a little more than you. Everyone is a master. Everyone is adult and they are masters in their own fields. I expect that.
No, sir. Actually, listen, everybody. After becoming masters, listen, everybody. They become arrogant, mostly. Spiritual people only will become like this. Thank you, sir. Continue,
Okay.
sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, what I was talking, yes. So we know something like absolute, which we many times we call it Paramatma, Bhagavan, whatever, God, Almighty. So that is one thing. So that is absolute. Absolute is what? Absolute. Absolute is what?
Sir,
Stillness, no
something
movement.
which is always present or it's always there.
It's kind of infinity. Absolute is something which never changes. Purnamada Purnamidam. You remember that shloka?
Yes, sir.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamadaya. All that you know, right? So absolute means something infinity. And in Chinese, they called this absolute thing, they called about which is nothing is known, not much is known. They called that, they gave a name to this. The name that they gave is Wu Ji. The absolute, right? And the which is infinity, which is infinite in nature, out of which the movement, the spandan. So what we say in Indian philosophy, we say what we say. The prana also came, is manifested like that, like a vibration. What is that vibration? We know in terms of anahad, that which is beyond listening. These ears cannot listen. Anahad nad, that is pranav. We omkar, right? That we are, this is physical omkar which we are pronouncing. This anahad nad is, that is spandan. Even in Christianity, what we say, word was in the beginning. Word comes from where? Sound comes from where? From vibrations. So this appears from where? From the infinity, from Vuji, from the absolute, which is infinite in nature, not changing in nature, right? That and all pervading. From there, a vibration appears. From there, a vibration appears. This vibration, which is a disturbance, this occurs. This is a kind of an active force, a disturbing force. Now, this disturbing force, when this appears, this force, this vibration, this disturbing force that appears on the placid, undisturbed, unknown infinity. This is a very small thing that appears, a very small area, a very small volume of Fuji, very, 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 very tiny, will get disturbed and will feel this vibration. Right? I shall give you an example if you will understand it properly. And this is a favorite example of mine, which I keep giving in every class. Suppose you are near Kailash Mansarovar, and there's a lake. You are standing at the bank. You can see the water which is placid, undisturbed, unruffled. And suddenly some creature, maybe a huge fish, comes out from the bottom of that, unknown. When it will come, that is not known. Suddenly it comes out for air on the surface of that lake. So what will you see? You will see that a huge lake, in that a fish has come out from the bottom, from the depths. So ripples will be created and some disturbance will be created on the surface of the water. This disturbance, the center of the disturbance will be that point where the fish has come out. And the ripples will go all around on the surface of the water. And depending on how big was the fish and how big was the force with which it came out. Depending on that, the area of the disturbed water will be large or small. Larger the fish, greater the force of that disturbance, and larger will be the area, right? But then this will not pervade the whole of the lake. The whole of the lake will not be pervaded. Only a small area. And ultimately, what will happen to this ripple? This will spread all around, and ultimately it will fade away. Why does it fade away? Why these ripples are fading away after certain distance? And ultimately everything, all ripples are gone. After some time, you will not find any disturbance. The whole disturbance, whole lot is gone. So that creation of that disturbance and those ripples vanishes in time. It takes time, isn't it? Are you all following it? Why does it happen? In fact, the rest of the water, which is not disturbed, which is surrounding the disturbance, that is creating another force to restrict the disturbance. But the disturbance is such which is consuming that resistance and trying to spread. So there is a boundary. Which boundary? The boundary of the disturbed water and not disturbed water. Disturbed water and not disturbed water. This boundary which is surrounding the disturbance, that boundary is trying to contain the disturbance. So the disturbing force comes out, that spandan, that vibration has come out from the Wuji. And as soon as this comes, immediately this force, this boundary is surrounded by the rest of the infinity. And there is a boundary between infinity and this surrounding force. So suppose this is something like this disturbance. Right? And this Wuji, this infinity, it is surrounding. So a small fish comes out, and this kind of a this has come out of the Wuji, this disturbance has come out of the Wuji. The rest of the Wuji is here, which is undisturbed, infinite. In fact, this is extended to infinity. But then there is a boundary between this disturbance and this. What happens? This disturbance has started in the center, but So what is happening if this black border is the border between this disturbance, after this border there is no disturbance in any direction. After this border there is no disturbance. So we can say easily that this border is the border between placid water and disturbed water. So this is restricting the disturbance. This is disturbance. This is disturbance. And this is no disturbance. Now, out of this no disturbance, there are two zones. One zone is this boundary, which is this broad, this much broad, from disturbance to no disturbance, as it approaches from movement to absolute. So the between absolute and the movement of the water, there is a zone. This zone is called another force which is containing the disturbance, the force of disturbance. The force of disturbance. So there are two kinds of things that we see. This force is doing what? It is trying to restrict the movement. It is trying to restrict the movement. So what we can see that there are two kinds of things happening. One is a force which is responsible for movement. So there's a force which is responsible for movement. This force is named as Yang force. And there is another force which does not want this movement to occur. This is called no movement, the force of no movement. This is also a force. And this force is known as Yin. So truly speaking, the process which has started right here where the fish has come out, right? It has come out from here, the center, and this is going all around up to this on this side, and up to this on this side, and up to this on this side, and up to this on this side, all around. Now this is the real action. This is the real action. So the process, a process has started from here in this center and finishes at this boundary. That finishes in this boundary. How does this finish? The process, first the disturbance goes up and then this goes down. This process has started. It has a start and it has a finish. This is what? This is a process. This is a process. So the movement, the changes, that has a start, the disturbance starts, and then it goes up to certain limit and ultimately it vanishes. Now this two force, the force of movement, disturbance, and the force. Was there any force of no movement before the movement, the yang force started? If the yang force were not there, will you see this boundary? No. That means that unless yang force appears, the yin does not appear. The yin appears in response to a yang. So yin is a responsive force, mind you. Yin is a responsive force. What is the original force? This is an active force. So yang is what? Active force. Yin is what? Responsive force. And then ultimately what happens? First, what happens? The active force starts spreading. It starts consuming the reactive force. It overpowers the resistance which is put by the placid water here. The resistance in the form of this boundary. It overpowers and it expands. Ultimately, all the yang which was seen as a disturbance separate from the infinity, the absolute, the Wuji, the no disturbance, the placid water that was separated. This separation was seen as expanding in the beginning, moving up, more activities, more disturbance, and then ultimately it started diminishing, and ultimately nothing but again back to no disturbance, and Wuji prevailed. That was because of what? Which force? The no movement force, the yin force. Remember, yin and absolute Wuji, they are not same. But one thing that we can see is that yang has got separated from the Wuji. This is separated. Whereas the yin is still connected. Yin is still connected with the no disturbance. On one side it has Wuji, absolute, and the other side it has disturbance. Right? So this cannot finish. Yin will never finish. Yin will, who will be the ultimate winner? The yang will be winner or the yin will be winner? In the beginning it will appear that the disturbance has come to exist and it is winning, but who will win ultimately? The process will come to a finish and then only Wuji will prevail. This process which has a start and which has a finish, that is from this center to this outer boundary, going, expanding, and then coming back to the dot. Ultimately, what will happen? This will start diminishing, right? So this will start diminishing. And ultimately, this disturbance will be nullified. Who does it? The outer force, this boundary force, this responsive force, this yin. Why? Because at one side it is connected to Wuji, the absolute, the infinity, which cannot be finished. But this takes time. This takes time. And this whole process from start to finish is the tamasha, which is called creation. This is known as, this is actually, this process is known as chi. So what is chi? Chi is everything. I told you this is the basic fabric of the whole creation. Anything and everything that is substantial or non-substantial, physical or metaphysical, anything and everything is what? Is chi and chi alone. Is it clear? If you have any questions, this is your time, you can ask. Should not hesitate and you should ask if you have. If you have understood, it's okay. Yes, Ravi Kumar.
So this yang and yin, it's more or less like Newton's third law of motion, looks like.
It looks like, but it is not.
Okay.
There is a difference. Suppose, let me tell you, what is Newton's third law? You know it?
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
But there is a condition. You are not telling me the condition.
Under
What
the
is
inertia.
I shall tell you. I did tell you that I am an MTech from IIT Kanpur. Did I? So this is ultimately engineering. Engineering of prana. Engineering of chi. So I shall tell you what is the difference between yin and yang. Because yin is a responsive force, all right. It is reactive force. It is reaction. Yang is action. Yin is reaction. Okay, agreed. But what is the difference between Newton's third law and yin yang? Newton's third law, the action and the reaction, the active force and the reactive force are working on two different bodies. Right? If a gun is fired, the action is on the bullet and the reaction is on the gun. There are two different objects. Reaction is on the gun, action is on the bullet. And in yin and yang, Abhimitra, on the same body, action is also on that water, reaction is also from that water only. So when the action and reaction are working on the same body, that is yin yang. So it's a huge difference, because there the action and reaction force, reactive force and active force, they will be equal. Here it is not necessary. Who will win? First, yang will be more than yin, and ultimately yin will be more than yang. Right? So this life is what? Life is a process which starts and finishes. This class is a what? This class is chi. It has a start and it will have a finish. Right? There was no class, absolute. So where does this disturbance came out? Ashok Babu, Mr. Ashok Kumar, he brought this disturbance and the class is started. Right? And this has to finish. There was no class and there will be no class. Right? At the moment, yang is more, and therefore everything is appearing as if everything is happening. And ultimately, after a certain point, after it reaches peak, after the corona reaches peak, what will happen? It will go down. It has to go down. Right? Corona is like a process. It has come and it will end. There has to be a resistance. There has to be a resistance. Right? Similarly, life is what? Life is chi. It has started and it will finish. It has started and it will. What is the action? Action is life force. What is the reaction? What is the response? Death. Right when you are born, the death becomes active. You see, but the life stretches it No. Consumes as if you are growing, you are having more and more energy, more and more mind, more and more intellect. But ultimately, when a peak comes, and after that peak, it starts diminishing, and ultimately it will finish. Okay. Any more questions? Then otherwise we will go ahead.
Sir, question.
Yes, Abhimitra.
Sir, you talked something about creation. So the creation is starting to finish, or even the Uji completely is called creation?
No, Uji is not creation. Your universe is not even 20% of the total thing. Your creation in which hundreds of thousands, millions of galaxies are there. They do not comprise even 20% of the total void that you have, sky. That is the study of the modern science. That which is known and that which is not known to modern science, you cannot imagine even. That's beyond imagination. Okay. So we will go ahead. Okay. So today we are, yes, Sujana.
Now that we have met after a long time, I just want to say that my mind is still stuck on the last class where you mentioned about the darkness. I haven't moved on from there. And because all the time we say Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, but you talked about.
But that is correct. Sujana, that is correct.
So,
every day before we start our class, what do we say? Close your eyes, make pranav dhvani. After we have made pranav, what we do? We rub our palms, put it on the closed eyes. Is it not darkness? Is it not complete darkness? Do you see the darkness or not? Unless you see the darkness, seeing the darkness is the light. You see, there are 3 kinds of sannyas in Bhagavad Gita. Sujana, you know it? All the 3 kinds? Okay, let us spend some time. I don't mind.
yes, so the last chapter talks about that.
No, there's a Karma Yoga, Karma Sannyas, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Sannyas, and then Vishad, beyond that. That is the 3rd sannyas. Isn't it? What is this? Karma Yoga. Without Karma Yoga gives you something you have to renounce, something you have to leave, but in return you get something. After you have gone through Karma Yoga, then you become Adhikari. Vivek Chudamani of Shankaracharya. If you care to, you have Vivek Chudamani of Shankaracharya. So he says, Adhikari. Who is the Adhikari? Who can receive the Gyan? Who has Viveka, Vairagya, Khadasampatti, and Mumukshutva. The 4 requirements are there. That you will get from Karma Sannyas. That is also Sannyas. But that is not the Sannyas. After you that, what do you get? You get, where do you get? Ignorance. Ignorance is infinite. Ignorance is infinite. What is ignorance? Ignorance is darkness. What do you leave then? You get light. As soon as the light comes, the ignorance starts going. So what you leave? The 2nd stage of sannyas, you renounce what? The ignorance, the darkness. That is darkness. Darkness is what? Infinite. Light is not infinite. Wherever there is light, ignorance will not be there. So what you get? Then ultimately, what you get? Ultimately, you lodge, you are embedded into it. So there is no ignorance and there is no light. There is no darkness and there is no light. There is no tamaso, there is no jyotir. It is only the step. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya is only a step. After you have attained that, there is no question of light and there is no question of darkness. The darkness also does not exist. The light also does not exist. That is Advait Vedant. फिर कभी बात करो separately. Come across on WhatsApp. We will talk. No problem. That is also engineering, huh? And that comes through management only, that you can manage it. There is no question of light and there is no question of darkness. There is no question of movement unless there is no movement. If there is no movement, you cannot see movement. Can you perceive movement without no movement? Can you tell me what is the temperature of your room at the moment? Approximately
22.
32. How do you know? Because there are certain zones which are either less than that or more than. If something is moving, how do you know that something is moving? Because there is something which is not moving. The movement's perception exists only till there is no movement. What is more pervading? All pervading is what? Absolute. Absolute no movement. No absolute no movement is possible. Do you think absolute light is possible? What is in your room? There is light. What is beyond this light? Darkness. And if the light goes, what is there? The light is playing on the surface of darkness only, isn't it? The whole chi, the whole creation is playing on the surface of what? The absolute. But mind you, the absolute is neither light nor darkness. Right? So unless you understand darkness, light will not be perceivable. Light, but there has to be light, then only you know darkness. Darkness is not known. So what is the purpose of a yogi? The yogi tries to find the darkness. If you know darkness, the darkness will go, the light will go. What is the knowledge? Knowledge is that you know the ignorance, you know the Maya. Once you know this is Maya, this is Swapnavat, this is dream, everything gone, finished. That is Turiya Avastha, the fourth stage. There's a awaking statement, then status, then dream, and then sound sleep, right? And what is the fourth stage? Which is there in all the three and remains whether all the three goes or comes. Isn't it like darkness which is not known? But once you know it, there is nothing not known and there is nothing known. And known and non-known, that difference goes. The Jyoti and darkness, the darkness and light is only till you are here. Isn't it? It's very difficult to understand. You have to really think a lot. I know you are interested always in philosophy. But let us go for acupressure, acupuncture. You can ask questions. I shall be very delighted to discuss with you. You can call me somewhere around after 12. Always. Between say 12 and 1 o'clock, generally I am free. That time we can have laser talk. We can discuss all the philosophy we want to. Okay, so any other questions? If there is no question, then I shall tell you what we have learned today and we will conclude. So no questions.
First day after your session, the mind reaches Turiya Sthiti, sir.
Turiya is always there. It had never gone anywhere and it never comes from anywhere.
We experience it, sir.
It is always there. But anyway, once you see, someone asked, enlightenment is what? Enlightenment is knowledge, or it is a question. It is a knowledge, or it is an experience. Ashok ji, what do you say? Enlightenment is an experience, or it is knowledge?
With the knowledge, you reach that state of mind, sir.
That knowledge, one is by intellect. It is easier to understand the Turiya Avastha through intellect and reasoning. That is not enlightenment. Enlightenment means once you understand, once you do that, you will never come back in any other state. So it is yes and it is no. Anyway, there are
you try to trouble us, sir.
There are so many lectures of Swami Vivekananda. Is a great philosopher, and there are so many other philosophers. Even Western philosophers have written now so many things about Indian wisdom, and it is worth reading all of them. Anyway, so I shall give you what we have done today, and then we will call it a day. Now let me tell you, what is this circle? What is this slope going up and then coming down? This is chi. So chi is made of the what? Now we can see that there are two things. There are two sides of this particular curve. Right? On one side, the movement is increasing. So this is where the movement is increasing, we call it yang side. And where the movement is decreasing, this we call it as yin side. So this is yang force dominated. This side of the curve is yang force is dominating. And this side of the curve, yin force is dominating. What does it mean? Earlier, the yang was more powerful. It was consuming yin. And here the yin is more powerful. It is consuming the yang, the movement. Yang is movement. Yin is no movement. Remember, no movement does not mean at rest. Yin is no movement, we call it, only relatively no movement when moving less. Moving less. Okay. So what we have now today, what we have learned is that the two forces, that is yang plus yin, is equal to chi, a process. Chi is what? Chi will be defined in so many ways, but ultimately we should know chi is a process which has a start and which has a finish. So anything and everything that comes to this world has a start and has a finish. So anything and everything in this world is chi. So substantial, non-substantial, physical, metaphysical. Chi can be physical, chi can be metaphysical. And it is made of two forces, yang plus yin. So will you remember this? Please remember this. So your kidneys will start functioning and then it will stop functioning. So kidney is what? Chi. Your heart has started functioning and it will stop functioning. So heart is what? Chi. Anything and everything, what you see, what you experience with your sense organs, with your mind, is chi. And there is a golden rule. If you know where is chi, you can make it move from one place to other place. How does it move? It moves from higher level to lower level. Higher level of what? Higher level of anything. Maybe pressure, maybe temperature. There has to be a gradient. Concentration, density, anything and everything. From higher level to lower level. So if one place you make a pressure in one hand, if you have a hand here and you make a pressure here, what you are doing, you are making an extra pressure here at this point, and there are other points where there is no pressure, so there will be a movement of chi either from higher pressure this side to that side or that side to this side in different terms. If the light is going from here to some other place, right, so we will say the light is moving, but then the darkness is moving in the other way. Darkness is moving from other place to here, so there is a movement. This movement, by virtue of giving these pressures from different instruments, we make the chi move from one place to other place, and we ensure that wherever there is a deficiency of chi, there the chi is reaching, right? So the function of the body restarts and the health is established, reinstalled, right? So this is what we do. So tomorrow we are working. Achha, for all of you, for me, this becomes a little late, 8 o'clock. But you have some engagements. This time is all right, or we can prepone it by a little bit.
Sir, this time is correct, sir.
Okay, this time is correct. All of you are okay with this time, 6:30 to 8? Okay then. So we meet tomorrow at 6:30. Okay. Shall we call it a day? If you don't have any questions, we will simply call it a day.
Sir, I have worked with these people.
Okay, so you can talk.
Most of them are.
Yes, Abhimitra, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. I have inferred from your explanation, even in the poem Asatoma Sadgamaya, in the final statement when it says Om Shanti Shantihi, even that is saying ultimately there is no light and there is no
Very good. Well understood, Abhimitra. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm very pleased. Wonderful. It's a game of light and darkness. The whole thing is a game of yin and yang, movement and no movement, light and darkness. That is all which is going on like a movie, right? As the movie goes, the screen is peaceful. On the same screen, so many movies can be played, and every time there will be different quality and quantity of light and different quality and quantity. But then darkness must be there, then only the light can play. The light must be surrounded. Okay. Okay then.
Yeah.
So shall I bid a good night? Good night. So
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
Ashok ji. This is your. I shall leave the meeting. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, listen, everybody. I think some unknown people are there for me. Deepika Pendurti, and others all Bodhi students only, right? Ajar Nadaf.
Sir, even I am a Bodhi student, sir. Deepika Pendurti. I am doing level 5 now.
Acha, very good. Ajar?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. September batch.
Okay, very good. Abhi itna students ho gaya, I am not able to even, earlier I used to remember, now because we are training 250 trainers almost per month. It's a difficult. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you, one doctor joined in between, I think she left. What about Sushma iPhone?
Hi, sir. I am a new joinee. I've enrolled only for this course.
So you're not a both.
No.
Okay, so all
So do you want me to
mostly.
drop off?
No. Listen, don't worry. We are not going to discuss some secrets or anything. So what I'm saying, this today's video, I will try to share it tonight itself. What I request Sirisha, please make a group and don't give any access to them for discussions, because my life has become miserable because of WhatsApp. I'm searching who has invented WhatsApp. I want to. So So what I'm saying, Sirisha, please, we will share this video. Why I'm saying 90% you may not get sleep tonight. That chi, q, y, bao, yangu, yinnu, dangu, dungu. So just relax, sleep. Don't think too much. Just drop it. Bhul jao. KK मिश्रा जी को भूल जाओ, वो यिंग यांग स्टार्ट टू फिनिशिंग एवरीथिंग भूल जाओ. तो क्या करना, कल दिन में एक बार वीडियो को फिर जस्ट रिविजिट करना. Am I clear? Just peacefully watch so that it becomes easy. Every day we'll do that, Sirisha. Yeah. And we need to take this knowledge to roots, everywhere. That is a sankalpa, my sankalpa. And I'm sorry, doctor, you're a doctor, but you have to close your ears. We have to make sure that people should, should not go to hospitals. She will scold me after the session anyway, it's okay. So less visit hospitals should be objective of society. Yeah, this helps. I've been watching and okay. So I will share this video. It will be there in YouTube and the link will be shared with you. We have taken approval from Mishra ji. We will share with you. And Sushma, you are not Bodhi product, but still we share you. Okay. My request is tomorrow onwards, keep mobile somewhere. Otherwise, you will get neck pain. Then you have to come to Bodhi. We have to treat you. We will charge 1 lakh rupees. Why you know all these things?
Yeah, I understand. I just came, I didn't have
make
time
sure
to
that the
settle
mobile
it.
is here. Same thing with Sri Lakshmi.
Yeah.
So otherwise, unconsciously, that's what we keep on watching like this. So risk. So make sure that you sit comfortably. Keep set 10 books. Put it on books. If you are using mobile.
Yeah. I'll make the arrangement.
Yeah, please make sure that and watch this every day. Follow this process. This is an introduction to this acupressure science. If your brain works after the 6 days, then we will allow you to the next 12 days course. See, understand, we can charge 50,000, 60,000, but it is so simple. It's charging very nominal for these courses. Yeah, and don't miss to watch it. I will tell you now how many of you, we track that. I will tell you how many of you are watching, whether you are eligible. Anita has seen miracles in her family. Her son eyes problem restored. Her husband BP has come to normal, not reduced immediately. She is attending every time. So I have seen my gallbladder stones were burnt in 5 days. Not burnt. I don't know what happened. They disappeared. Right? Allopathy doctors don't believe. You have to cut it. You cut it and eat it. I'm sorry to say this. There are techniques proven. He has been doing research 22 years. He has written this much big books, 5 books. 2 times it happened, stones in my gallbladder. 5 days after checking ultrasound, no stones. This is science. Please understand my dream. Now I am attending. I'm the founder of Bodhi, Sushma and Dr. Poonam. Yeah. So good night. Can you all do a small favor? I do a lot of fun with everybody. Can you do a small favor? Can you please, can you get out of the screen immediately?
Sir, for the phone numbers, will you be giving the phone numbers, sir? Or
okay,
I
listen
don't have the numbers
carefully.
yet.
Listen carefully. Send hi message to me directly. I will avoid. My number is send a message to me. Hi, just hi. That's it. Don't do anything. Can you tell my number, Sirisha?
Yes, sir. So it's 94934 98341. Ashok, sir. 94934 98341. I think everyone has got, except probably Sushma.
Yeah, I have made note of it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Listen, I will send a group link invitation. You accept it. You join it. Okay?
Okay.
And then after 1 hour, I need to download this video. I have to sit half an hour. I will download it, Sirisha. And I'll share it before night. Night, don't observe. Otherwise, morning, whole night you will be ing, yang, inno, ki, chai. Pronounce chi, but spelling is qi. All this, your neurons will misalign. You know, they will go this direction. Your ear will function as a nose. Nose will function as a ear. Don't watch night. Watch daytime. Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.